Welcome to Boxing Office. My name is Sachin Chatte, and on this show we bring you a review of the latest movies. Well, apart from the reviews, we also have an Avengers special for you today. Well, the two movies that we are going to review this week are Avengers, of course, and the other is a film that is directed by Prudent called Tejas. All that on today's Boxing Office. Well, first on the show we will take a look at Avengers, the much awaited movie that has broken box office records around the world. In India also it had a bumper opening, and of course Disney is going to make a lot of money on this movie. Well, this movie is a combination of many superheroes that includes Black Widow, Iron Man, and of course Hulk. Then there's also Captain America in this movie.
I am Iron Man.
Oh, it's good to be back. Next.
Don't know when to give up, do we?
I can do this all day.
The film is directed by Joss Whedon, who hasn't directed any popular films till date. Of course, he has worked a lot with television, and this is his first big film. He of course has the uphill task. Well, there's a plus as well as a minus. You have so many superheroes, so obviously the expectations are very, very high. And of course, the Avengers has a big fan following all around the world. Now, as far as the story of Avengers is concerned, we have Loki, who is a brother of Thor, who is a demigod of sorts. He lands on Earth, and obviously like many other gods or demigods or even human beings, he wants to become the most powerful person in this universe.
You were made to be ruled. In the end, it'll be every man for himself.
Now, Loki attacks the venue of a secret program which is called the Shield, which is run by Samuel Jackson. And now Loki wants to steal the cube, which will make him all powerful. Now, Samuel Jackson has no choice but to summon the Avengers, and they include, as I mentioned before, Tony Stark, that's Iron Maiden, Bruce Banner, that's Hulk, we have the Black Widow, and we also have Hawkeye, who is initially hypnotized by the bad guy, but eventually he changes sides.
I still believe in heroes.
Well, as you can expect in this movie, there's a lot of action, and the special effects are also very, very good. It's Loki who escapes with this magical cube first, and he wants to become all powerful. He's also hypnotized many other members of this Shield program.
The Avengers. That's what we call ourselves. Earth's mightiest heroes type thing.
I have an army.
We have a Hulk.
Now, most of the action takes place on a huge aircraft here, where Captain America and Iron Maiden and the rest of the superheroes get to show their skills. And the finale, of course, happens in Manhattan, which is quite impressive, I must say.
The world has changed. At this point, I doubt anything would surprise me.
Well, as you would expect, Iron Maiden, that's Tony Stark, which is played by Robert Downey Jr., he's got some of the best lines, some of the most humorous lines, but it is also Mark Ruffalo who plays the role of Bruce Banner, who turns into Hulk, who also impresses us in this movie with his acting.
We are hopelessly outgunned.
Mr. Stark,
Captain, it's time.
The first half of the movie progresses a little bit slowly, as you would expect. After all, the director has the tough job of introducing us to all these different characters. But it's in the second half that the movie picks up pace. And of course, it's the climax which takes the cake here. As far as the acting is concerned, well, it's always a treat to see Robert Downey Jr. play Iron Man. Of course, the rest also don't disappoint. We have Chris Pine, who plays the role of Captain America. We have Chris Hemsworth, who plays the role of Thor. We also have Scarlett Johansson, who also adds glamour to her role in the form of Black Widow. Well, fanboys are going to absolutely love this movie, and even if you're not a big fan of the comic series, you'll still pretty much enjoy Avengers. I'm going to go with 3.5 out of 5 stars for Avengers.
You were made to be ruled. In the end,
It will be every man for himself.
what do we do?
We get ready.
There was an idea to bring together a group of remarkable people. So when we needed them, they could fight the battles that we never could. Gentlemen, what are you prepared to do?
No offense, but I don't play well with others.
Big man in a suit of armor. Take that away. What are you?
Genius, billionaire, playboy, philanthropist. If we can't protect the Earth, you can be damn sure we'll avenge it. Dr. Banner, your work is unparalleled, and I'm a huge fan of the way you lose control and turn into an enormous green rage monster.
And next on the show, we will take a look at Priyadarshan's new comedy called Tez. Well, I know what you're thinking. It's not a comedy, it's an action movie. But the action is so silly and the plot is even more sillier that it almost becomes a comedy. Now, I know that we are only in the month of April, but still I would like to give an award for the silliest movie of the year to Tez. The plot is absolutely insane, I must say that, and it is a copy of the Bullet Train, but any comparison to that Japanese classic will be insulting that movie. So let's cut to the story of Tez. Well, it is set in London and Ajay Devgan plays a man who is very, very angry with the British government. He plants a bomb on the London-Glasgow Express and gradually we come to know why he is so angry. Now his partners in crime are Samira Reddy, who also fulfills the glamour quotient a little bit, and of course we also have Zaid Khan. Now most of the movies that Zaid Khan acts in, they by and large turn out to be a flop, and Tez is no different. Now the reason why Ajay Devgan is very, very angry is because the immigration authorities in Britain had harassed him. Well, they didn't actually harass him, they were just doing their job. He didn't have a proper work permit, and as a result he was deported back to India and he was separated from his wife, and that role is played by Kangana Ranaut. So as a result, when he comes back to Britain, he turns out to be an angry old man, or well, not so very young man at least, that's for sure, and he plants a bomb. And he threatens to blow the bomb on this train, which if the train goes at less than 60 miles an hour, the train will blow up. And you know that plot has been taken from Speed. Well, Speed and Bullet Train are not the only two inspirations. There's also a little bit of inspiration that is drawn in from The Taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3. Well, the action scenes in this movie are downright silly. Well, normally when somebody is trying to escape from the police, they would try to make a quiet escape. But here all the culprits, they try to make as much noise as possible and they try to distract everybody as much as possible so that the police can chase them, and as a result then we can have a silly chase. I must say that there were plenty of scenes and chases in this movie that were plain foolish or silly. As far as the acting is concerned, well, let's not really go into that because there is very little an actor can do if the script is so very stupid. Well, I'm going to go with 1.5 out of 5 stars for Tez. If you want to have a few unintentional laughs, then you might want to check this movie.